This is a Full Circle Podcast Show production. Crime.
Let's get it together.
Education.
Let's get it together.
Marriage.
Let's get it together.
Politics.
Let's get it together. Full circle.
Poverty.
Let's get it together.
Race.
Let's get it together. Full circle.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Full Circle Podcast Show, episode number 69.
Hey.
Nasty.
Whoa. That's Miss Jackson to you.
Wow.
I love it.
I am Daryl E. McCullough, the same poet, and as always, I am joined by the songstress, Carmen L. Miller. How are you, Carmen?
I'm awesome. I'm excited because this is a very special show.
It is a very special show, and I'll get into why today is a special show.
Yay.
But you know who's here?
I wasn't invited to.
On the line, we have the fitness guru.
I'm joking.
The fitness guru. How are you, Erica?
I am doing great. Happy holidays.
You're missing your boy. Your boy.
We are missing
I got
you.
a bald head.
You know
Daryl,
what? I saw that on Facebook, and I don't know who Snake is. I have no idea what you're
no
talking
comment.
about.
I'm not
Listen,
even dealing with him.
Someone said my work wife said that I'm a sexy milk dud.
Oh, wait, what?
Milk
Is that
dud.
what she said?
That's what she said. Maybe she didn't say. Maybe no one said that. Maybe
I
I
don't
don't
know.
even have a work wife.
I
Maybe I made it up. I don't know.
Maybe you don't want to be called a milk dud.
No.
don't know that milk dud is like your thing.
But check it out. The last show I had glasses.
Yeah.
This show, bald head. The next show, I'm going to be shaved from the neck down. Oh no, that's already been done. That's
You
already
and
been
Carol
done.
Do that one by yourself.
That's already done.
Okay.
Will he dance?
I can dance for dollars.
I don't know if we want that.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes.
Wow.
I think more like a chocolate Slim Jim is what I would describe.
Is that what you said? Chocolate Slim Jim?
Yes.
I'm telling you. Keep taking your boy for granted. I gets down. I gets real jiggy with it. We are joined here
Said the
today
90s.
with
Oh my
two in studio guests.
Yes. Welcome.
We have our special returning in studio guest, Cheryl Leonard, the host of Toledo's own The Glass City Grind. How are you, Cheryl?
Hey, everybody.
Yes.
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here next to a Milk Dud, a Slim Jim, everything. I mean, I am all about it.
I don't
I'm
know.
not kidding.
I don't know how I feel about what's going on over
I should have
there.
worn my jogging pants
Oh,
okay.
No.
for elastic.
Okay, so you know what?
These jeans are so tight.
You know what? I'm not gonna have you out here dressing like a thot.
It is show number 69.
Look
okay,
here.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna have you
Wow.
out here dressing like a thot. Okay.
Show 69.
So thank you for inviting me to this one. I'm thrilled.
Awesome.
I am thrilled.
Our other in studio guest is Lori Sims.
Sills.
Oh,
Who is Sims?
I'm thinking.
Lori
I'm
Sims?
thinking of the game. Isn't there a game
There
called
used
Sims?
to be
Yes.
like back in the 90s.
I had it from my Atari.
He's stuck.
Lori Sills.
Yes. Thank you. I'm so tickled to be here.
Lori.
Hi, Lori.
Lori is actually a psychiatrist from Minnesota.
Can I have your
and
card?
Practicing in Minnesota. And we actually needed her here today.
Yes.
We brought her here specially to mediate
For
and to
Daryl.
take care of what's going on over there in that
I'm looking
region.
for a
Yes.
marriage counselor.
No. He's looking for personal care.
That's true.
Personal care attendant. Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Now, today is a very special day, and I have that down a little further. But you know what? We'll go into the intro, so we'll just go according to the show.
Yes.
Or what? What?
Let's do it.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
I'm excited.
Okay. Today is the third anniversary for the Full Circle Podcast Show. We have almost 70 episodes, over 8,000 video views, and almost 43,000 audio downloads.
That's amazing.
Now, some seasoned podcasters may look at those numbers and scoff, while others would love to have those numbers. But regardless, I'm very proud, and I want to thank you, ladies. I'm going to read right off. I'm not reading on the paper anymore. First, I want to thank you, ladies, for being a part of this. I have to go to my girl, Carmen. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for always having my back. And I don't know why. I'm serious.
I love you.
Well, I love you back.
You are my boy. I tell you what, this has been an incredible ride so far, and I'm so excited to be a part of what you've built. It has been a hard way to go being your sidekick, bro.
Well, I'm going to say this show went from what A-Wit and I imagined, put together, and when what happened with him. I know you follow me on Twitter, dog. Whatever. But anyway.
You know what?
You said I'm gonna lick your head.
Then it became Carmen. Carmen and I took everything over.
And on top of his body.
Listen, I'm getting emotional over here.
Nasty.
You're spoiling my vibe.
Okay, so
but you know what? So I just want to thank
tight.
you from the bottom of my heart, Carmen. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you too, and I also want to just commend you for what you've been able to accomplish, for what you built. This is something that was basically your brainchild, and I am just very, very happy to be along for the ride. This is very cool.
Awesome. And Erica, I want to thank you for coming in. I don't know how many episodes you've been on since you joined the team, but it's got to be 20-ish. And I want to thank you because I know that you ladies have a lot of things going on. You're definitely more busy than I am. And for you to allow to avail your schedule to be a part of this, I really, really appreciate it.
Erica, you are the bomb.com girl. I just want to let you know that it has been so much fun rocking with you at the full circle, because the circle would not be full if you wasn't in it, child.
And that's what I was going to say. It's definitely, Carmen, when you're not there, and I'm sure Daryl will agree with me on this, that chemistry is not there. From Carmen's clean slate to Carmen saying, keep it in line, to then Carmen will sometimes agree
So
with
basically,
Daryl,
y'all need a mama is what you're saying.
Yes.
Y'all need a mama. Y'all need a mama.
Appreciate you. And we get to see all, and that's one of the things that's heartfelt, is when heartfelt is being there when you're there, Carmen. It's awesome. And of course, Daryl, like you said, from the vision from having the podcast show to how to structure the show to even, you put together a podcast conference that other people modeled after what you came up with,
Yeah, that's what people
awesome.
don't really get. This went from being just an idea. The Full Circle Podcast Network is now a full service network of people that Daryl has been, the backbone and mastermind behind putting together different shows, putting together different events, and
Yes.
it's a beautiful thing to watch. It really is.
And
I love, and the thing I love, as much as he loves Marsha Brady, he got two of the finest sisters up in Toledo to be on his show. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, and it has been a struggle. It has been a struggle. But and Erica,
let me correct.
I got you, girl.
Erica, we joke around. I play with you, but I have grown very fond of you. Carmen, I look at Carmen as a sister, and I look at you as maybe like a second cousin.
Don't do that. You know what? Hey.
They're still at the table.
Daryl a kissy face one night instead of a smiley face, and he was like, "What?"
Oh, seriously? Oh no! Why are you gonna say that? I was like, Erica, I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm so tired. And then she sent that kissy face. I woke up. I sit up in my bed. I was like, I knew it.
A lot.
I knew that she liked me.
And he saw the three dots.
Look at here. Yeah, look. Hey.
You got me all riled up. I had to wake my wife up.
Y'all, you never have to worry about me kissy facing, bro.
Well,
we good.
The kissy
We
face
good.
is always number
We
one
good.
because I love hearts and kissy face, but I did not mention that to Daryl. He's just supposed to get the smiley face.
Whatever.
He's
I
supposed to-
snapshot
No,
it.
but
I
I
took
heard-
a snapshot of that.
I heart you guys all the time. I really do. I heart you guys all the time.
But you ladies know what's coming up in the future. We won't speak on that at this time. But
And I will not miss any more shows because we won't schedule them during Turkey Day when I have to clean chitlins. See, we do chitlins.
Oh, whoa. You said
Now
the
look,
C
you know
word,
how
bro.
there's
This just
turducken?
turned rated R.
I'm sure those chitlins are already cooked
You just said the C word.
And coming out the freezer?
I'm kind of good.
Who said that?
We can't.
because you're a little too cute. I know you can't cook. I'm sure those are coming from Stouffer's chitlins.
I don't think they make those.
They don't?
That's not a thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, what I'm
not.
doing
It's
is
not
I'm
a
coming up
thing.
with a new thing, Carmen, and Daryl and Cheryl and I'm doctor, psychiatrist. I think it was Dr. Lori, correct? Dr.
Lori.
Sills.
Lori is good.
Sills.
What I'm doing is you know how this is turducken.
Myra
I'm coming up
Stokes.
with the
I'm not doing this with you.
Turticulin is going to be the
Tur
same.
what now?
It's gonna be turkey, but I'm put chitlins in it. And think about it. What was in there before they cleaned out inside this turkey?
Oh,
Chitlins
okay. You know
anyway.
what?
Some of
Ooh, you
it
know
back
what?
in.
Now listen, we got to do the show. And we're almost on time. So, I know you got to go, Erica. I hate that
Yes,
you
I
have
got
to
to
go.
go take care of this turchitlin. So if y'all want some
Oh,
I'm not trying to rush you off.
Yeah, she said turchitlins, though. That's not,
Got nothing on turchitlin.
That's not sanitary.
Wow.
I'm going to go ahead.
Right?
I'm going to go ahead.
I mean, you think I'm joking?
I love you. I love you, cuz. I love you like play cousin.
I love you, Erica. I love you now. I'm for real.
Congratulations.
All right.
Thank you for letting me be a part
Girl.
of your 69.
Oh
This is the
Lord.
weirdest thing I've ever said in my life.
You don't, and you being a black girl, I'm sure you don't know nothing about 69.
Say,
No,
wait,
I
what?
don't. Not at all.
You know about 12.
Thank you again,
I know about
Lori and Cheryl,
68
for
and I
being
owe you
here.
one.
18. Have a great show. I look forward to hearing it.
Player.
And I can't wait to be there, but I'll be there for the 70. I'll be there for the 70. So
Okay. You have a
enjoy,
blessed
you
day.
Bye.
I'm sorry. All right.
I heard you. Everybody was there.
Kiss the emoji.
We
Bye.
love you.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, gosh. Well, you know what? That sends us right into today's topic, which is we chose to discuss Chivalry is Dead and Thots Can't Revive It.
I don't know who came up with this.
As always, we're going to have some very, very interesting comments, and we're going to get on with this. So I want to thank everybody for liking the show and going on our Facebook page and subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, and all of the different places where we're listed. Also, don't forget to check out the Roundtable Podcast, and we'll soon have a few other podcasts for the Full Circle Podcast Network. We also want to thank Toledo's own Three Kings. They're our sponsor, and this is an apparel company that supplies quality clothing with a connection to pop culture and current events. Please visit them at www.threekingsclothings.com or find them on Facebook at Three Kings Clothing and like their page. We also have a few more slots open for sponsors, so if you're interested, please contact us at fullcirclepodcastshow@gmail.com. So, getting ready to get into another episode of Full Circle with a perspective of an independent, conservative, and liberal state of mind. But right about now, what's going on in the world?
And one other thing I want to say about Carmen. Carmen works well on the fly.
What's up?
We work on a script that I prepare 98% of the time, and 98% of the time there are typos or mistakes. She works on the fly.
I just roll with the
Erica
punches.
does not work on the fly. Erica will read exactly what's on that paper, like Anchorman.
Yes.
God bless both of your hearts.
Stop it.
But okay, what's
Look,
going on?
Hey,
Huh?
I don't believe you.
See? But talking about last podcast, as we always do, that was marriage, the marriage apocalypse, rise of the side chicks.
I feel like this is a continuation to
Absolutely,
that.
like
I feel
a part
this
two.
is a part two.
Now, I have a problem. I love that show, but I have a problem with the whole side chick terminology. You have a lot of hardworking women out there. I prefer the term mistress.
You know what? That's very old fashioned. I think they prefer side chicks now, but
Do they really?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I'm a wife. I would know. I would never. I can't even assume that.
Can you be a wife and a side chick to somebody else?
You
Oh,
probably
absolutely.
could.
Absolutely. That's what I was trying
That's
to tell
called
them.
a whore.
No, that's called someone who can multitask.
Right?
I kid.
I have to say, Dr. Lori seems excited about that.
I
Did you say
like
she's like,
her.
yes, of course.
Can I just say that I feel like we're gonna have some freewheeling conversation.
Wow. But if you haven't listened to that episode, please go back and check that out. You know what, Carmen?
What's
man,
that?
I've been running around. You know, you and Erica have your businesses and things like that. I have started a business
What business have you started?
for people over 60.
I don't think this.
I go to
is
their
this for you?
homes
Is
and
this-
I install their new televisions and I connect their TVs to their wireless network
So
and
that's-
cable.
called you work for cable. Is what you do? Is
No,
that what
well,
you do?
you know, my mom bought another television, and she's
So
like,
you're-
we tried to put that television
Hold
together,
on,
and
hold on. Do they pay you to do this?
I want to be paid.
Then does cable or does AT&T know what you're
It's
doing?
just going to be,
It's-
I'm kind of vain. Daryl's cable
Does
installing.
are you affiliated with Comcast?
No,
or
no,
like-
I'm gonna go at a cheaper rate, but there are so many people
I don't-
over 60
don't know
that
if
just
that's the
can't
thing. What do
install
you-
their
They don't
television.
gonna
understand, they
do?
don't
What are you
understand how
gonna
to do
do?
it or how
Like-
to connect everything.
What are you gonna? Are you gonna provide a service, or are you just gonna like hook up people's Roku, or what is that?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it all. You know
Gonna
your
make
boy. I'm gonna do it all.
User friendly.
I just learned how to hook
That's
up a
called
Roku
bootleg.
last week.
Are you bootlegging?
Well, look, everybody else is doing it.
I don't think they are.
Hello.
That's not cool.
I just installed Roku because I got DC Universe, and I'll talk about that in our entertainment section.
He watched DC Cab. Is that what you do?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm watching something that you would love.
Oh, okay.
It's called Emmanuel. It's on Cinemax. What?
I don't
No, I'm joking.
they do that anymore. It's not like a thing.
I'm joking.
I'll punch you in your throat for real.
What happened to the love?
I love him, but he goes so far left sometimes. That's
No,
not
but she
okay.
knows where I'm going
I
because
knew
she's
he
very
was doing
familiar.
that.
She's familiar with Emmanuel.
No, it's because you are like perverted. That's
Wow.
what you are.
Now,
You're pervert.
you know what I miss? I miss my girl's clean slate.
Oh, you know what?
What you got?
I do have a clean slate for today, and this one would be right up your alley, okay? Since we've gotten past the election season, I would like to see people have valid and decent conversations again. The rancor of the election cycle has been so amped up for so long. We are in a post-Trump era. He has been elected, and all of the cronies that surround him are, and his sycophants are what they are, okay? It's time to speak to each other again. We've forgotten how to be civil. We've forgotten how to disagree with a level of civility. And it's time we got back to that. It's time we got back to the simple core of empathy that connects human beings, okay? And the only way for anyone to heal or move forward is to remember that at our core, we all want the same things. That life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is the foundation of the nation. And the ways that we believe we go about getting them, they belong to us individually. But we still believe.
Right.
So
Right.
I think it's time to talk again. Not at each other, not around each other, but to each other.
I love it. I love
Clean
it.
slate.
You know,
good.
speaking of talking to one another, as we get into the politics and what's going on in the White House, I saw that this is a while ago, but I saw that someone was very disrespectful to the president from CNN. They just came into. You don't come into someone's house
Okay, let's go there. Let's go there.
and be disrespectful.
Okay, let's go there. That's the people's house, first of all. That house does not belong to the person who sits in it. That person sits there by the privilege of the people. And if you represent the people, you better be ready to answer the hard questions, whether you like them or not. Point blank, period.
I agree. But what happened with that gentleman from CNN? He
Mr.
kind of was crossing the line a little bit.
I can't say that I agree with you there. I will say this. When you're being combative about answering simple questions, it's a journalist's job to dig for the answers. He was doing his job on a day where doing his job was in front of that guy. So that guy.
And I feel so sorry for the mic, the intern.
Oh, God.
Did you see her grabbing that mic? And SNL did a parody on that. That was
so hilarious. It was.
Oh my God.
Hilarious.
But let's kind of play a little catch up. So within the last few weeks, we've seen the journalist Khashoggi. It's been proven that the Saudis played a role in his murder, and Donald Trump has sided with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia in order to maintain business relationships rather than seek justice, where all of our other allied nations are embargoing them and putting sanctions on them in some way, some punitive actions. We refuse to make punitive actions. That is, it does not bode well for us when we talk about human rights. The other thing that's happened, apparently we're not mad about emails anymore because darn near everyone in the Trump White House has used unauthorized emails to do government business. So that's not a thing anymore. When there's no such thing as butthurt emails anymore because apparently it's okay now, right?
Well,
Hello?
Yeah,
Ivanka did it.
I did hear about that.
So the level of hypocrisy that we're seeing is just like skyrocketing through the roof. Now, also, since the Democrats have taken over the House in the upcoming session, it looks like there's no more threat of the evil caravan because we haven't heard anything about it, and the troops are being drawn down from the border. Imagine that.
Wow.
I wonder why. Do you think that might have been a publicity stunt? You think? What say you?
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
I don't know. I mean, these are things that call the integrity of the White House into question, among a billion other things. You guys care to mention anything off the top of your head? I mean, that's just within the last few days. I'm pretty sure he's probably said something outlandish. Oh, I forgot. You know that now, instead of firefighters, instead of trained military personnel, you can fight fires by raking.
What are you talking? I missed this one.
So Trump said that he spoke with the leader of Finland, and apparently he's under the impression that the reason why the wildfires are so out of control in California is because they didn't rake.
Oh.
Yeah, he said that.
Cheryl, I think you and I are both. We're on Fox News many times. We don't get this. This is a CNN.
No,
this is news from CNN.
If I'm lying, I'm flying.
MSNBC.
He said that came out of his mouth.
Right.
He said something to that effect.
Yeah.
Yes. And yes, it was just amazing.
Listen, only you can prevent forest fires. Okay?
Apparently with the rake is how you do it. I don't know how that works.
Well,
I'm pretty sure there's some burnt up rakes in people's garages.
Right now.
Right now, I don't know how that works.
You know what? I want to apologize for. I have compassion for someone, and this is going to go into something that's going on this week. I have compassion for someone that I never liked.
Who's that?
And it's your girl, Hillary Clinton.
Really?
Now, I'm going to tell you why I have compassion for her.
Really?
There is a new 6-part series on A&E called The Clinton Affairs. Uh-huh. And it's like Monica Lewinsky has has been silent for many, many years. Now she's speaking out. And it's prime time for her to speak out because of the whole Me Too movement and girl power and everything.
That's not.
But I think, I was like, man, you ever think how Hillary Clinton feels?
Can I
through all of
ask you
this?
all something? And this is kind of where we were last week.
And just to add on to
Not
that, the
last
reason
week,
I'm
but
asking
a couple
that
weeks
is,
ago, last episode.
when someone has an affair on you and you forgive them and you're working at,
Rebuilding.
this keeps coming up. It keeps coming up.
It's like peeling off a Band-Aid, off a unhealed scab every single day. And here's the thing. Can you imagine the fortitude that it took for this woman to become not only a senator, but the Secretary of State, and to run for president under that kind of pressure and under that kind of the veil of that kind of wound, personal wound. See, I appreciate your compassion, but your compassion should have translated into a vote.
Now,
and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you why. Because not only did she live through that and keep her head held high, but she also showed a level of integrity about being honest about her own pain going through it. And I watched this lady from the time I was a teenager. I watched her as my first lady from the time I was a teenager all the way up to now. And I've never seen anybody conduct themselves with that level of dignity, having been slandered the way she has. She was vilified.
I'm gonna go
and
to
for what? For
to
being
my,
the actual victim.
El Dorado Hotel days, and I'm gonna read from Gideon's Bible.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to not be at the hotel.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think there's a saying in the Bible. There's a scripture in the Bible that says basically, I'm going to have to Medea this scripture, but it's like if you can't shepherd, if you can't handle your own household, basically, how can you shepherd the flock? And I think Trump did say that. Now,
okay, so
let's
look at his house. Let's look at his house. Now, if you do if you compare and contrast.
I like my politicians married.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Preferably 3 times.
Thank you. So you've got the serial adulterer, okay? You got the serial adulterer versus the wounded wife. And what really makes me angry about where we are as America is they gave him the backing of the quote unquote evangelical church. And I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. The backing of the quote unquote evangelical church.
Junior college Christian, but go on.
Okay, look at here.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to tell you what. They gave him the backing of the evangelical church. And morally, this man is as bankrupt and corrupt as they come versus someone whose biggest crime was staying with the man who cheated on her.
Now, I'm glad you said that. But here, you know what I think? If she would have left.
What if Melania leaves?
If she would have left
what if
Bill
Melania
Clinton and with all this girl empowerment, woman empowerment,
I don't think that would have been,
I think she would have won the election.
I don't think that's the case.
Why do women hate her? Why do women hate Hillary Clinton?
I disagree with you there, and I'm going to tell you why.
And I'm for it. I want people to stay together.
Why. And ladies, please correct me if I'm wrong.
And that's why Carmen's on the other end. That's why she can't sit next to me.
No.
See,
but this is not you. This deals with white women because they were the 53% that got that man elected. White women tend to vote with their race rather than their gender, whereas black men tend to vote with their gender rather than their race. And what I mean by that is, what swayed them? White women have children, husbands. What sways them is their circle, as opposed and thinking a big picture about their circle and how this affects them.
You don't think if Hillary Clinton said, and I left that man, and I did this, and you don't think
because I'll tell you what,
women would have been just like
because
this.
I'll tell you what would have happened though too. Those same women who are quote unquote evangelical are still in relationships with those men that say you better not leave. Okay.
Well,
and they're beholden to that social circle.
Well,
Am I-
I'm
is
watching
that-
that.
am I
I'm
off?
watching
Am I
that
way off
show,
on that?
and I'm like,
You
what?
guys are welcome to chime in. Please chime in, because I might be
Is
way
anybody
way off.
watching this? The Clinton Affairs?
No,
No.
I haven't watched
I
it.
refuse.
It's not. You know what else is on? And just to hold I wanted to touch you.
Thank you.
I wanted to have a
for
reason.
that touch.
Jim Jones is on thing, and I was like, why do I want to watch this? There's no new information about this. We thought there was no new information on OJ. When they brought that back, ratings were, through the roof. This is the same thing with the Clinton Affairs. Everybody's watching this. It is good. I'm
Who's
watching
watching
it.
this? Ain't nobody watching this.
Everybody,
Who?
all of my friends.
That's
Well, maybe nobody's watching it. I don't know. Maybe I just made it up. I don't know.
ain't nobody watching that.
6-part series.
Now
Carmen.
when The Walking Dead got rerun, boy, go.
Man, it looks like entertainment is chock full of nuts.
Say what now?
You good?
This segment is brought to you by Marmite Records. Our label produced and owned by Eric Seals right here at Stone Soup Recording Studios in Miami. So if any of you singers or musicians or podcasters are looking for a world-class studio to record in, please visit www.stonesouprec.com or check him out on Facebook at Stone Soup Recording Studios and like the page. All right, so here's the big headline here. 95 years. And we lost the legend.
That's your boy and my boy.
Stanley is gone.
Very sad.
I know.
was very
And
sad.
it's just, and that right there, that trumped for me everything in the news at that time, because that's a piece of not only my childhood, but probably my parents. You know, he had a gift, and for 6 generations, he basically told the stories of every generation through comics and through characters that, I mean, to me, you've got the X-Men dealing with the social issues of the 60s.
Right. Absolutely.
You've got the groundbreaking Black Panther. You've got Captain America and the ideals of what it meant to be American. And basically, a lot of the stuff that we learned as kids about good and evil and even the gray areas.
You're absolutely
we learned
right.
through comics.
There were 3 things that kept me out of trouble: God, my family, and comic books. I wanted to be the Incredible Hulk. I wanted to be Captain America when I was a child. That kept me out of the street. That kept me out of the bed of many, many women.
I ain't thinking about you. You know what? You know what
I
it
was
is?
following him the whole time, and then he said that I was like,
What?
You know what though?
"The Incredible Hulk would have been in bed."
I was gonna say though, and girls we were not checking for comic book nerds.
Not at that
the
time, really,
Now,
they
we
weren't.
But I was a comic book nerd, so.
But Carmen, I'm going to go
Well,
over
nobody
here.
checking for me.
I'm going to go over here, and I don't mean this.
Hulk.
I don't mean this to offend anyone. The thing about death, it's going to come, and we know that.
Yeah.
The thing that I can appreciate about death is when you have a warning, when you have a month or several months to be with that person because you know that they're in a
Yeah.
certain state. Now, when I saw Venom, and you know how Stan Lee does his cameo, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
he's not looking good.
Right.
95 years, we don't want to see anyone go, but he lived
He's
a,
lived an
Absolutely.
incredible life. He has an incredible legacy. There is nothing that anyone could say that will take away from the gift that he's given.
well,
to the
somebody
world.
tried though.
I know, and I'm not a fan.
I never liked Bill Maher,
And I will
and he
tell you
said some
when,
negative things about
I'll
him.
tell you when I stopped caring for Bill Maher, and when he called himself a house N-word. Now I'm good. Bro.
Well, you know he only dates black women though.
Yeah, and
You know I'm not down with the swirl that much,
I'm
unless I'm with Cheryl. Hello, no,
I can't
but,
go with you.
Yay.
You know, I never was a fan of his. I
The
never.
problem that I have with him is that, and you guys, like I said, jump right in here. I feel like he took a lot of liberties, you know, with calling himself liberal he felt like it gave him leeway to take liberties with not only race but sexuality, with different. He pushes an envelope, but there's a difference between pushing an envelope and then pushing people's buttons the wrong way.
Now he has a following. He's been on HBO forever.
That's fine, but what he said was A, out of pocket, and B, out of line. 100% when he's talking about Stan Lee and when he's talking about race in that way.
You know why it was out of line when he's talking about Stan Lee? You don't want to piss off. You don't want to piss off a nerd.
I'll fight you about Pawpaw.
Do you know why you don't want to piss off a nerd?
I'll fight you about Pawpaw. I will.
A nerd doesn't have many friends usually. They're not having sex. They got all this pent up energy.
And there's a bomb in the basement.
And you say something about their fantasy world.
There's a bomb in the basement.
You say something about their fantasy world. Oh, you better lock that studio door.
There's a bomb in the basement. I agree.
So I don't know. Now, speaking of comics. Your boy was a panelist for the Motor City Black Age Comics at Wayne State University.
I saw that. How was it?
It was great. Shout out to Andre Batts. He called into the show a little bit. We talked about black sci-fi and Marvel and the DC universe.
Nice.
Now, they invited me, and they know, what they're getting when they ask for me, and I'm going to be me.
Okay.
So we were talking about a lot of different things, and I spoke about various agendas that are going on in television and in the comic book world. And an interracial couple came in.
I want to punch you because you're about to say something
They
wrong.
sat down.
I just know he's
And I was like, okay, what does a speaker do? When you're speaking about something and when that person walks in, do you change what you're talking about to cater to them? I kept on talking.
I know you did.
And they left out.
You're so rude.
I think they heckled me.
You should.
I think they said boo.
You should have been heckled because I think he's so rude.
But what did you say? I missed.
Rude. I'm pretty sure it was something along the lines of being rude.
No,
Rude.
I was talking about how every it was dealing with how every show there's an interracial couple now. Every show.
Okay.
They are forcing this, and I trust me, I have had my share of white women. Hello, Marcia.
Here we go. Here we go.
I don't. Why are you? And they do the same thing with gays. Why are you forcing this down my throat?
Not forcing. These people exist in the realm of life with you, and what they want to see, just like what you want to see, is what reflects them on television and in media. They have every single right to be represented
Carmen,
just like you do.
It's this race thing, and I'm black. I'm
You should. You know what? What's funny?
I have black friends.
You know what's hilarious? What's hilarious to me is this. I spend most of my time watching British period dramas. And I feel like in his head, he is living in a British period drama.
Right.
I feel like he's a white guy in Downton Abbey.
Yes.
And he didn't realize that this real life is going on around him.
We talked about this, Carmen, with the whole making, and I said, you know what? I don't want to see a black Superman. And I'm black. I'm saying when you go too far.
Right there. I'm with you there because I'm supposed to be married to Henry Cavill next.
Okay. Spider-Man's black.
He should be Superman for the rest of his life.
They made Spider-Man black.
That's why, you know what? That's why I gave up on DC.
But
that's
wait a minute.
Last episode, I gave up on DC because of what they did to my baby Henry Cavill.
Wow.
You want an equally interesting and exciting hero that represents you, right?
Well, I'm saying
I like Black Panther
there's
too.
certain
Though.
areas
Black
that you
Panther.
shouldn't really touch. I understand that things need to change. We're going to have the same Peter Parker story, the same Clark Kent story. I don't know all their names. I'm not a nerd, but
So you don't like Black Panther?
Wait a second. Did he
I'm
say
saying
he's not a
you
nerd?
don't need to change, Clark Kent to Leroy Jenkins. I just don't think.
I do believe that Leroy and Clark can exist together as super people. I think it could be Superman and Super Brother.
So we talked about
I'm
that.
just saying.
Now, when we were talking about Marvel and DC, I got Roku because, okay. Are
I'm
you
boycotting
are you
DC.
hip to the DC universe?
I am. I'm still boycotting them. No, I'm boycotting
Carmen.
DC. I'm not boycotting DC. I
Carmen.
love Jason Momoa. I will not see Aquaman.
I
I'm not
got
gonna
the
do
DC
it.
universe, which I can only get it on my desktop because it's not. You can't get
They
apps
fired my
for
back.
it
They
currently
fired my back.
because it's too new.
Fire him. He resigned.
But
He wanted
Roku-
out 'cause
Well,
they
he wanted
screwed
more
up
money.
things.
They didn't.
And they
She's
mess
in love
things
with
up
this
so
dude.
bad
She
they
is.
don't
Look at her
want.
face.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Roku, you can get the app on Roku. So I
Yes.
went and bought Roku DC Universe
Yeah.
Titans, Carmen.
I stick with X-Men.
Titans
I'm sorry.
is equal to or better than Daredevil.
I'm gonna stick with X-Men. I'm gonna stick with X-Men. I don't like it.
Do you have DC Universe, Cheryl?
I don't.
I would love to show you.
No, you know what?
My-
You don't get to go
oh.
install nothing over there.
I would like to install your cable.
Oh,
Why
not
did
gonna,
he make that
I like
sound
that
so
happen.
sexy?
it shows 6900.
It is
Yes.
really. I got numbers.
Shut up.
I got 5 on it.
Don't fit.
Honestly, Carmen, Titans is cold.
Okay.
And this is not the Robin that I grew up with.
I'm
This
gonna take
dude
your
is
word
ruthless.
for it. I'm gonna take your word for it.
So, I tell people I don't kill, I don't speed, I don't litter, I don't smoke, I don't curse, and I don't steal cable. So that's why I got the Roku. That's why I got
Apparently.
Cinemax and Showtime and HBO and Tuku for all this Japanese stuff that my son wants.
Yeah.
It was well worth it.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you have that because
Okay.
I'm
Because I only do one thing bad.
I'm actually watching Poldark is what I'm watching
heard about
on
that.
PBS. I love that show.
That was my nickname. That's what Marcia, my old girlfriend, my
I
white
don't think
girlfriend in
that's-
Cleveland called me.
I don't think
Poldark.
that she did.
Hold on.
I don't think she did. I don't think she called you that.
The other thing I'm watching, which I had to get a subscription to Cinemax.
Yeah.
Well, even when I asked Comcast, can I get a subscription for Cinemax? They were like, "Are you sure?" Nobody has a subscription to.
Do they still do stuff?
Yeah. Mike Judge,
Yeah.
who is the voice for King of the Hill,
Okay.
he is doing something called Tales from the Tour Bus.
I heard about that. It's a cartoon where they do voiceovers and they tell old stories about different tours from back in the day, like BB King. Or
No,
Rick James,
not
Rick
yet.
James and all of that.
Well, the first season
Who
was all country,
Okay.
and it was like kind of, and I like country music, and it was
You would.
interesting.
That's insane. That's not shocking.
Now the second
I'm
season
not shocked.
is more urban.
not.
Is
Yeah.
more 105th Street.
Is that what?
They have Rick James, George Clinton,
I
episode
heard that
1.
they were. I heard that was
Rick James 2. Now I got a beef with this.
What's up?
Rick James,
Yeah.
who we all know,
Yes.
but
I don't know him personally.
They
but
bring up a beef between him and Prince,
Yes.
Oh,
and I didn't know.
Over Tina Marie.
I didn't know that was. That's where my beef is. Now I'm going to go over here.
Okay.
I didn't know. If I think of when I was growing up, the battle was you either like Prince or you like Michael Jackson. There was no Rick James.
Oh, I
Right.
knew about Rick James.
But in the beginning, Prince opened up for Rick James. Prince
Correct.
was the bomb.
Right.
I'm sorry.
He was
Rick James was the bomb.
right.
Prince
He was the
opened
guy.
up for him.
He was that guy. Rick James was there, and
Right.
Prince was just getting there.
So when Prince did Morris Day, and they showed this
Yeah.
in the time, they said Rick James did Processing the Do-Rags, and they gave this whole thing about Processing the Do-Rags. I know who they are, but I was like, who? Why are they showing them? And then they
Okay.
said, well, Prince did Vanity 6, and he did the Mary Jane Girls.
Right.
I'm cool with all that.
Right.
But no
Nobody
mention of Tina
mentioned
Marie.
Tina Marie.
oh.
That's odd. Well, okay. Remember, Rick James and Tina Marie were an item.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And then also just the sidebar of her doing that Lover Girl album where Prince did some recording on that, and she also played on Flight Time's album. Oh God, I can't think of the name of it. The group Flight Time that Prince produced. So he was like heavily into her career, and Rick James was very jealous of that. And when she went on tour, that's when they were touring together, that all came to a head.
Well, I just say, well, maybe, both of them have passed away. Maybe they couldn't get legal right. I don't know. There's no reason why. I mean, Tina Marie was
Iconic.
yeah. So I didn't get it. But anyway, you would love it. You should check it out. Very well done. Next week's episode is Bootsy Collins.
Oh, awesome. I will have to check that out. Now, I won't be watching DC Universe, but I will check out Tales from Tour Bus.
I want to say something negative about it, but I really can't. It's filmed like Titans is filmed like like Daredevil is filmed like a Netflix series. Mm-hmm. Titans is filmed like a cable series, like a movie. Mm. The cinematography is awesome. The it's dark like DC. And it takes place in Detroit.
Oh.
Which is like, okay, where can we go for the worst
hold
crime in the whole world?
You know what?
That's what it made me think.
Before you said that, I was considering it. But now you want to talk trash. I'm good.
All right, my fault. We'll edit that out.
Whatever.
When your boy had to get his thug on.
What's that?
Speaking of Detroit, when I left the Comic-Con, my wife, every time I go to Detroit, she expects me to bring back all this soul food because all we eat is, what do white people eat?
Tofu.
Tuna casserole.
Now I'm talking about him. I eat his tofu and bean sprouts.
So I had to go to Captain Jay's. So I had to get my thug on.
Is that?
So I walked in there. Good morning. God. Hi. And they said, you want lemon pepper on your chicken? I was like, no, thank you. No lemon pepper. And then they said,
why are we even
do you want hot sauce on your chicken? And I said, no, thank you. And everybody looked at me.
To do.
They thought I was the police.
This don't have anything to do with entertainment.
I had to get my thug on.
I'm not being entertained.
I had to get my thug on. She gets mad. I had to go to Detroit.
You know what? Just next time, ask for Frank's. Ask him to put it on the side. You'll be fine.
All right. Okay. Now, lastly, your boy just bought tickets for the iconic group, Chicago.
Oh, that's what I was looking for.
And I guess I got to get tickets to see somebody named Jill Scott. I want to see her.
Apparently.
She's got some visual performance on stage. Who is Jill Scott?
That was the name of her first album, by the way.
What?
Who is Jill Scott?
Oh, sweet. No, I know who Jill Scott is. But I didn't know she got down like that. So I want to get a front row seat.
Jill has been given that show for many, many moons. And if you listen to Jill's lyrics, you'll understand why. I don't know why people are surprised. She's grown. She's very, very grown.
Did you know what she did?
Oh my goodness. I do not. What happened here?
Well, Jill simulates fellatio with a microphone.
What's fellatio?
Jill simulates fellatio with a microphone, which is cute. And I'm going to give her that. But if you want to see a real show, www.carmenmillermusic.com. You need to come see me.
Excuse
Because if you think that's grown,
wow,
don't bring your phone.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Because I look at Carmen, I'm serious. She's just like a sister to me. And somebody literally said, 2 people called and said, you have 2 very attractive co-hosts. I don't look at them like that. I don't go for the looks. I go for the personality, how they work for me, work well with me.
They say, wait, what?
how and so I know Carmen's attractive, but I don't look at her in that way. So I went and saw her on stage, and it was uncomfortable.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, oh my
Tell
God.
us more. I need to
No,
know detail.
you gotta come to the show. You gotta come see the show.
She had a little dress on and everything.
Don't give it away now.
And it was very arousing.
Oh.
It was grown. We get grown.
Wow.
So apparently there's a holiday a pretend holiday that he claims is for real, and I'm guessing we're there now.
The phone has been ringing off the hook. I had to take my house phone, my landline off the ringer.
You have a landline?
Oh yeah. For people over 60, I will also install your landline.
How precious.
Today's national holiday is brought to you by our sponsor, Cool Nerds. Cool Nerds Unite. This is a great podcast show.
They
Check
are a
them
real
out.
podcast. This is not a real holiday.
Well,
We have Thanksgiving coming up. We should be celebrating Thanksgiving.
if people follow this holiday, they will be thankful
Oh,
that
Lord.
they did that.
Okay, what is the holiday?
Today's holiday is Men
Not
Change Your Cell Phone and Email Passwords
That's not
Day.
real.
Oh, my word.
That's not a real holiday.
Did you do it?
I do it weekly
Oh.
because this is what happens when I'm on the phone. I turn my back to my wife,
Oh.
and I think she's got like the first two numbers.
You know what?
This is sad.
I have
It
like.
really is.
Did you
Somebody
see?
need to poke
Did you
you in the
see?
eyeball, for real.
Did you see? Sorry to bother you when they're in the elevator. And she's like pushing all the numbers, and the dude's like, "Really? Is it that many numbers to get on this elevator?" That's my cell phone password.
Oh.
I'm like 893747838.
No, no.
Oh yeah.
Just no. You know what's bad about passwords, though? Okay, so I call myself being slick and using the facial recognition.
Oh.
So apparently my daughter looks exactly like me.
Oh no.
She can open my phone.
Wow.
Fingerprint.
Now, do you have?
Do I have a password?
Yes.
I don't have a password on this phone.
Well, wait a minute. What, you got a burner phone or something? What are you talking about?
She did say that like there's 7 of them in the car.
I do have another phone, but it's the office phone.
2 phones, 1
That's what we call that now. The work phone.
Now, ladies,
For her plug.
for your for your significant other, is he entitled to a password, and do you have to know it?
Wow.
I say nay.
How involved am I with the significant other?
I don't care, number one. And yes, I have to have it.
You what?
I'm not sharing my password with anybody, and I wouldn't expect my loved ones to share it with
I gotta
me
have
either.
it. No,
Up
I gotta
top.
have it.
Privacy.
Up top.
That's cool. That's cool. And you can have your privacy because number one, I don't care. You know, it's very rare that I would even be bothered with his phone. You know, but as far as the password or whatever, I think we just swipe because it's.
Well,
If
use
I'm
your
having an
fingerprint.
argument with my mother,
I just
that's
like,
my business.
It's just
I don't need for you to see those texts, even if they're coming from my mama. And I don't argue with my mama. My mom's a saint. But
I would not want his password. Yet
there
I
is
would,
somebody in your life.
Yet I would want his password.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. How open are you? Because, like, for us, it's like grab my phone and go do this.
Right.
You know, it's not we're not that separated. And in fact, half of the time, like for business and stuff, like I'll be like, babe, you didn't like my post for whatever I'm advertising or whatever show, or you didn't repost my post. He goes, grab my phone and repost it. You know,
Right.
and
I'm getting mad just hearing you
know.
talk like that.
Right.
Don't touch my phone.
Why
And
would
my
you-
phone goes with me everywhere that I go.
You're,
you want
you're
to
a
look at her
bathroom
phone?
phone dude.
I don't care about. I'm entitled to my privacy. and so
What do
is
you
she.
need privacy for? What's so private about you?
I do feel like people need the
Your
privacy.
boy
What you
has
need?
things going
What you
on.
need privacy for? Got Karen, I got you. What you need privacy for?
Do you have a vault? Isn't that what they call the secret little?
First of all, you're not supposed to know about that.
Oh my
okay.
God.
But those of
But
us
yes.
that are
you do.
introverts
Okay.
need our privacy. We want our privacy. And it's not like I've got anything to hide. It's just that to me, recharging my batteries is very important. And if I want to share my phone, I'll hit the password and hand it to you.
Okay.
And I don't care what you look at on there when I hand it to you.
And if you look for something, you're gonna find it. You know what I did, Carmen? I bought, and this is how I know I'm getting older, so I'm gonna have to get somebody to install my cable soon. But I bought an iPod.
Oh Lord.
So I hooked the iPod up and I left it on
Hey,
and had it at home.
welcome to the 2000s.
Carmen, you know that I DJ on the side. I have to have my iPod. Now,
That is a big jump from the boombox. I like that about you.
okay. Now, what happened
You
was
sing
I'm at work.
Zillonite.
I called my wife and she says, I heard all this noise. And then I looked, and it was your iPod. I see all your text messages. Ooh. I was prepared. When I got home, I was walking real slow. It was a long drive home. And I was prepared for some of my antiques to be out on the street. She said, "Oh, I didn't read them." I was like, bless her heart. Oh. Bless her heart. Because it was one of them days where my old girlfriends was like, "Hey, remember when we...
I want to
remember how good you..."
I want to anchor man you. I don't believe you. Go ahead and not believe you. Now let's get into
your
this.
passwords.
Let's get into the topic, which is chivalry is dead and Thots can't revive it. Daryl, I'd love to hear your take on where we are going from the marriage episode and the side chick episode to this.
Well, you know I'm out in the streets frequently.
No, that's not true. None of that is true.
And for some, this is the hookup generation.
Here we go.
People don't communicate anymore. They don't even want to talk on the phone. They want you to text them. So I have to text this girl, "Hey, I'm outside, open the door, open the window."
You don't have to do that.
Did he leave?
That's not what you do.
So,
Did he leave?
I got into a conversation with a very close friend of mine today, and they were like, "Okay, what's the topic?" And I told her what the topic was, and she basically blasted me.
Because of what?
Because I entered the conversation by saying, "Women," and she said, "Let me stop you right there."
Okay.
And I was saying that when a woman makes a man work for it, I think he appreciates it more. Even though you got 4 kids and been divorced twice, if you make a man work for it, he will be more. I think he will appreciate it more versus another guy in that same situation where that woman's just here. And these women are doing...
This should have been an episode
all
where you
kind
brought
of things.
Wine. You should have brought wine for this.
Well, I thought about it.
But I'm going to pray about it because water ain't going to do it.
I'm like a
Jesus,
turtle.
if you're
I'm
still
like
in
a
the
turtle,
miracle
and I got a turtle's head now. Every now and then I stick my head out.
No.
I stick my head out to see what's going on in the world.
Hey, can we rephrase that?
All right.
Please? That's not...
It's like some of these women are doing things that it's like, wow. And, and bless their hearts. And I get it. But when you give too much too soon, it makes a man lazy. Why aren't people getting married anymore? Why is everybody living together for 3-4 years? Something is going on.
I'm going to go there with you. And I'm from what outside looking in, because I get to armchair this. We're married. Okay. I get to armchair this. So I see, people on Grindr, Tinder, all of the different little Cupid, the hookup sites, that kind of thing. So you're not seeing the interpersonal communication. You're not seeing the real connection or getting to know people before there's sexual contact, and also you're not seeing the level of effort, like you're saying, in the mannerisms of what used to be called dating, whether it be something as simple as opening a door or even pulling out a chair, something like that, or even just relating to one another in a manner that goes deeper than just what's on the surface. So that's what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing that both men and women are shying away from the going deeper into wanting to have that connection because it's so very easy and relationships seem so very disposable now.
And I'm going to let our guests go on this, but I'm just going to say...
The door is open, ladies. Go on and tell us what you think.
Because I haven't talked to... Carmen and I are very close, but we're close on the show. After this, you don't call me. I don't...
Yeah, I'm not going to talk to you.
So when we're on the show, it's like, hey, I'm with my girl.
Look, I ain't seen you in a month.
That's what I'm saying. My whore friends and most men...
What?
Most men are whores, and they have whorish tendencies.
Oh, Jesus.
They say, Daryl, the ones that are having affairs, they say I do this and boom, 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 boom. I was like, you know what? See, if I was to have an affair, the difference between me and you, I want to take them bowling. I want to take them roller skating. I want to have fun with them. Sex
That's
to
not-
me
that's
is
not
last.
That's-
I have to get to know this person. So when I was dating,
You gonna get killed.
we have
Get murdered.
we have fun. You know what I'm saying? And then I hope that they're good in bed. I don't have sex first. I have sex last.
Oh Lord.
So yes, I'm just a respectful person anyway. I'm going to open the door for you if you want the door. But see, that's another thing. With women being so independent, it's like, well, heck, Amanda, I don't know if I should do. I don't know, and that is a part of chivalry.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you know,
Our roles. And I guess that's where we are. Lori, talk to us about, the evolution of gender roles and how we can get back to that place where people are relating.
I think the key issue is talking to one another again, communicating with people face to face, and saying that it's really sweet that you feel that way. But if I, as an individual, have one certain person and I'm never going to get to see him and I want to do it with them this night,
she said,
Do it. I was gonna say,
then I'm going to say,
do it till you're satisfied,
Hashtag.
whatever it
Exactly.
is.
hashtag do it.
and
Do it.
it's a new thing for women to be able to say that I really would like to get it on with you. And it's important to be able to communicate that. Now, if there's that one person, that doesn't make me a slut for everybody else, because it's one person and I communicate. So if you're
now-
communicating,
But what if you're
I
busting
like-
it
I
out
like
for
that.
every dude that you meet?
Now, but I like that you're saying that. But I'm going to go over here.
That's the culture that. But can we go there? That's kind of the culture that we're in now. Where even sex is disposable, and you got people who are not just communicating the fact that they want that one person, but they're hopping on whatever it is, and they're swiping left, and they doing that every other night with anybody.
But women, I think sometimes
Men and
now
women.
they don't have time to. When I was with one girl and after we dated for a very, very, very long time, she said, I wasted my life with you because I didn't marry her. And that hurt. Now, some women are like,
It
look,
hurt
I'm not
her,
going
it hurt
to.
you.
Well, but it's like. It's like this.
saying.
It did hurt me. Yeah. But some women are like, look, I don't want to invest all this time in this guy. And he is terrible in bed. This girl said to me, I've been married for almost 25 years. So this was a very, very, very long time ago. But she was on her iPhone 8, and I'll never forget it.
I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
And
That's
what?
not no. She wasn't. She wasn't. She was on the Nokia. Don't play.
Right.
Don't play.
She
Do
said
not
to me,
play.
she said, I want to see it. And she master's degree, BMW driving. Oh, she said, I want to see it. She says, Daryl, I don't have time. If you're not past your navel, I don't have time for this. And I was like, what? And you know me, Carmen, you know your boy. I ain't no punk. So I was like, here, I'll put it out on the table.
But Daryl, you have every right to say this person is too shallow for me. I want somebody that values me for more than my hunk of man meat.
Hey, Lori.
And that
Lori,
And she would have called me a punk. And
Don't believe a word this man
I don't.
is saying.
I'm willing
Don't
to go
you dare.
there with him.
Don't you dare believe
And
a word
so
he's saying.
if you
that never happened.
want to be
Daryl,
the chivalrous
Daryl was
dude-
probably out there like, come here, look at it, girl. Come here, come look at it.
No, already had it.
Let
out
me
with.
smack it with it.
She said, "Put it away."
But women are different now. If I
Yeah.
was single,
Be afraid.
Wow.
Be very afraid.
Yes.
Okay. And you know what? You guys can speak to the single people. What is it like out there dating, and what are you seeing in terms of the level of chivalry that men will show, or the level of aggressiveness in women or men out there now? What are we seeing?
I do think that, like when I go out on a date, or even if my son or another male is around, I just taught my daughter this. I stand at the door. I don't open it. And that's my polite way of letting them know, you can come and open the door. So I don't like yell at them. I don't give them attitude like, aren't you going to open the door? I stand off to the side. I'm waiting for you to open the door. So I kind of have that energy about me, like I would like you to be a gentleman,
Right.
because I'm a lady.
Exactly.
Now, go ahead.
if does your man friend, who I don't like, I haven't met him, but I don't
That's
like
not a
him
thing.
already.
You know what?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You're gonna be all right.
Does he?
He's gonna be all right.
We can talk about
Does
it
he?
later.
I always say if you are dating someone and they don't clean your car, you need to date somebody else. You have to keep a man humble. Not that you can't get your own car
love it because
detail.
I don't want some guy cleaning my car.
Oh, girl, I do. You can clean my car and you can clean everything else.
way.
You have got to
can
keep
clean
a man
me.
humble.
You can give me a
No,
bubble
that's-
bath. Clean me.
Oh my lord.
Hello.
See, but that's where I'm aggressive. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if
I
I,
don't necessarily think that's aggressive. I think that, it depends on your values, whether you have old fashioned values or whether you have a more open state of mind or whatever. I am very old fashioned, whereas my daughter is extremely independent. My daughter, she's her own woman. She's made herself. She doesn't need anybody for anything. And if she chooses to have you in her circle, then that is her, you should feel privileged.
yes.
Okay. But for me, I was the wait till you open my car door. I was, and I still am, with my husband. We've been together since we were, kids. So it's very different in the way we relate to each other, whereas I wouldn't necessarily expect that from, just someone random or meeting someone at this point. And the guys, it's different. Like with her generation, and she'll be 21 New Year's Eve. The guys, they haven't been raised to be the gentlemanly kind of guys. They're, you stand off to the side, you liable not to make it nowhere because
Right.
he went outside and you waiting in the car.
You ain't
and
even
you
strong
standing by
enough to
the door.
open the
Now,
door.
is that because of the way that they were raised,
Yes.
or is it because of thoughts?
Wait a minute. I beg
The way
to
they were
differ.
raised.
I just think it's individual. I don't know.
And what is a thought? What is a thought?
That hoe over there. Say what now?
Well, I will say this because, and I don't think they'll listen, but my daughter is 15 and she's dating, and a lot of the, guy friends from school come over, and, we're one of the houses, the Kool-Aid house or whatever. I kind of have that open door with them. And I can tell a difference, like, there used to be the boys, even at 15, they knew like, oh, let me go take care of this for you. Let me help out.
Exactly.
And they know like, I'm single. There's one particular young boy that's always
like
like,
you
let
to
me
have
come over
big
and help.
boobs.
Let me do this. And da 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 da.
That's 'cause
That's
you're
the one who will
pretty.
become a
You are
good
Stacey.
But
husband.
he'll become a good husband,
You
a
are
good provider.
Stacy's mom, though. You have like, if I'm a 15-year-old boy, I'm gonna help you with everything I possibly can,
my
Miss
gosh.
Robinson.
Yeah. But what I want
just
to say,
saying.
but there's other boys.
There's
I think
that.
to myself, I'm like, does he know he's like even going to the gym? We went to the gym with two different young boys that needed a
Girl,
ride
you didn't
there,
take them little boys to the gym.
and my
What-
daughter. So they were working out.
What gym is this? What
But
gym
one
is this?
boy was really working out, like he knew what was going on. His friend, the same age, was like walking around like he didn't know what to do. My daughter was like totally like, she could tell the difference. Like he was.
Yeah.
The other boy is already learning to like, I'm going to provide. I'm going to help up around the house. Whether he wanted to get with my daughter or he wanted to see
Hunter-gatherer.
me
He's gonna
in
be a
my
hunter-gatherer.
t-shirt. I don't know. But the other boy just totally
That little boy,
not that way off.
he gonna
You know,
be without a
we
man
don't-
without a cave.
We don't have any kind of drama like that.
Poor baby.
I have a membership at the local YMCA. I would love for you to.
You know what?
I used to be a certified fitness instructor. Would you like me to come and
Girl, don't
train?
hurt this
Work?
man.
What?
Notice how she paused on those words. Did you see her pause?
Don't hurt this man.
I think I met my match.
Don't hurt him.
Hello.
Oh, you have. I'm a lot to handle.
This boy, I swear.
Dr. Lloyd, what do you got to say? I can tell you're gasping. What's going on?
I have actually been pleasantly amazed by the young people in the community. I have ended up on crutches. And these people that look like a poor soul that I would have expected to jump me and beat me up have run up in front of me and opened and held the
That's
door.
awesome.
And I have been pleasantly surprised by how many kind people, and it was the people in high heels and a classy skirt dressed up nice that told me, excuse me, get out of the way when I was on crutches.
Those are thoughts.
Uh-huh.
These are facts.
They on a mission.
No, I'm saying those are thoughts that hoe over there would do that together.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm just telling
Chick in
you.
the high heels is
She's on a mission,
That
so
hoe
she's
over
trying
there.
to get there.
Yeah, well, she's going to push over a woman on
that's
crutches
hateful.
to get
That
there.
is so hateful. But no, I love that,
Is that
these
him?
kids are very. I love to hear
really.
that young people do have a sense of chivalry. I love to hear that young people do have a sense of community in that. Do you find that in the dating dynamic when you're dealing with men in the dating dynamic? Do you see that?
Well, it's who you choose to date and how you get to know them. There's, if what you want is a quickie at night and you just go photograph somebody's driver's license to share with your friend so that I know that my friend's with this dude, and if she doesn't show up next morning, he knows I know and I'm going to come find him, then...
See, you watched that Discovery ID. I like that in you.
I'm just
Ladies, take a picture of that driver's license.
Right.
I want my son to be able to show someone that he's dating, interested in. Hey, I can do things. I know you can do it for yourself, but I'm here to help. I want him to be a gentleman, and that's
Yes.
my job as a parent. I want my daughter. I have a thing. Buy your daughters flowers on a regular basis,
Oh, yeah.
so that
me
when
ask you
some
this.
dude off the street gives them flowers, they don't
They're
go
not
all insane. They're gonna
impressed.
say,
Right.
"Dude, you got to come a lot more than that."
Right.
My
Right.
daddy give me
Right.
flowers.
Yes.
That I agree with. Now, but let me ask you this. Are you teaching your daughter to change her own oil? Are you teaching your daughter also?
I don't know how to change oil.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, so that's...
I go
I
to
go
Tire Man.
to,
I gave her Tire Man's
Jiffy
number.
Lube.
Lord.
But see, I've taught my daughter my daughter is very independent, and this is the way I've raised her. I want her to know, even for me, as being single, I can take care of myself.
Absolutely.
I can provide for myself if I have to.
Right.
Now, is it great to have a hero? I still believe in the
I do too.
hero. And I think some
I got
women,
one. I like
I
that.
know. I think some of the women now are way like, I don't need a man to be a hero. And I'm like, wait a second. I want my son to be you're somebody's hero.
Well, and that's the fullness of what relationships should look like when you have two people who are whole people, as opposed to you complete me. You have a whole person here and a whole person there, and together you are dynamic as a couple.
Yes.
What we see too many times is you have an incomplete person or a broken person looking to latch on to someone else who's incomplete and broken, and together y'all are not
Two
fitting.
halves don't make a whole.
You're just not fitting.
No.
And you have a cycle of brokenness and that you leave in your wake because you don't know exactly what it takes to make you whole.
Right.
Absolutely correct.
I just, it's crazy because I think that's one of the reasons why we see so many disposable relationships, because people are looking for something outside of themselves, you know?
And I do think we've done something shifted with the females that has changed, because I do believe we should be independent. I do believe you should be able to provide work, equality, all that. However, somehow I think we might have shifted a little too far. And then now that's why we're not accepting some men to be men, or it just seems like it's off.
Yeah.
Like, do you understand what I'm trying to
A
communicate?
woman with so much masculine energy that, she doesn't allow a partner to be the man that he is in her life to her.
Right.
And I get that, but
You got to be a strong woman to have a strong man.
but what is it about?
I don't see that.
What is
Most
it about-
strong women have they have a, I'm not saying he's a punk, but he's quiet.
But that's what
usually
we're-
opposites attract.
Yes,
What
but maybe
we're
he's quiet
saying,
in
too,
public.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say maybe he's quiet in public. You don't know what goes on at home. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Because a strong woman, she like to go home and you take over.
I like that. We're gonna have to have a
Show number
midnight.
69.
We're gonna have to have a midnight version of the Full Circle podcast show.
But I mean, I do think opposites do attract, but I do
Patron.
feel like we need to remind men, like when we talk about chivalry, we do
Yes.
still need to teach our boys, you be strong, you provide, you're somebody's hero. Whether it's you go back and you help your mom as you get older, or you're helping your grandma, or you're helping your
we
auntie,
gotta
or you
allow
got a
them
wife.
to also
or-
be sensitive too.
Yes, and being sensitive is strong, and
Yes.
and I think some things are just stereotyped, and it's just not a healthy situation.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like, and to Dr. Lori's point, as individuals, it's up to us to find and communicate what we feel makes us whole, and what we feel makes us, happy in a relationship. You can't go in saying, I want this, strong, silent type, and then get mad when he's smacking your head and don't say nothing.
Right.
And you know what? I'm going to go to the flowers.
I'm exaggerating, but you know what I'm
That's
saying.
a big
Carmen can get
exaggeration.
whatever she
No
wants.
smacking.
Carmen can get whatever she wants. However, when we started the show, I said, we need to get Carmen flowers. Well, why? Why we got to get Carmen? I said, listen, she is giving her time. This woman is a celebrity in Toledo world. She's given her time, her energy for a show that we put together. We need to give her flowers. We need to show her
I appreciate
that
that.
we appreciate her.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? So every now and then I will try to do something special for Carmen.
That's
For,
beautiful.
or anyone, Erica on the show. I get a pop for Eric. Every show.
It's just something that makes you feel appreciated. And
Right.
people
I
do
like
need to
I like
feel
donuts
appreciated.
at work. Just a donut. You know what I'm saying? You'll be surprised by the little things that you do to let a person know that they're appreciated. And I'm saying all that to say, and I don't do the best. I'm gonna step it up with my wife. You have to let a person know that you appreciate what they do for you. And be respectful.
I think that's important. I also think that, this mentality, I gotta go back to the topic in terms of, yes, we said thoughts or whatever. There's a soul disconnect in some men and women, because this isn't a phenomenon that's just a female phenomenon. There's a soul disconnect in people to where they equate physical connection with love or feeling something inside of themselves, whether it be the need to feel attractive, whether it be the need to not be lonely for whatever point in time. And we really need to get back to encouraging people to be whole. And that's a place where you'll find that paradigm shift, where you'll find that strong, independent woman can also be soft.
Oh yeah.
That
is true.
Or that
I've been with some independent women. God knows when they break down or if they cry, it's like howling, moaning.
because it's something missing. There's that soul piece, where there's something missing, and we have to encourage that wholeness before they can relate, in a real healthy kind of way with other people. Even men who are very promiscuous or whatever.
You talking about me?
No, I'm talking about the real men who are promiscuous.
I'm sorry.
She said, "Real man."
But I'm being
Where it's really
honest about I'm being honest about that. Let's man horse, if you will. But there's something missing on the inside, and when they finally find it, there's nobody more faithful than a former reformed hoe.
Right.
We need to do a show on why people are whores, because the male whores that I talk to, they became whores because they had their heart broken. I call it the seventh grade syndrome.
I remember you
They
saying
had their
that.
heart broken in seventh grade, and they said, you know what?
I don't
A woman
know
will
that
never
that's
hurt
a
me
thing.
again like that. So they have 2 women, 3 women, 4 women.
But when
to
they
protect
figure
their
out,
heart.
but when they figure out how to heal that piece, when that heals, then they can be healthy and productive in a relationship with someone who they can be whole with. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. Now, before we move, because we got to get out of the studio, our guests, we got any last minute comments on Chivalry?
I would say don't lose hope that chivalry is not dead, that the cultural change comes as a pendulum. Things might go incredibly promiscuous and feel like everyone's that way, but with time it'll swing back, and pendulums just swing back and forth with cultural change.
My mom said that the 60s was like that.
I believe it.
Man.
So don't give up hope.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I just concur with what she just said.
Wow. Yeah. We can get into a quick apology and we can keep the show rolling.
Okay, so what is your apology today?
I took the kids to Cleveland this past weekend and I went skating. And there was a very attractive lady at Whitcliffe Skating Rink, USA. And every time I turned around, she was standing there. She was skating next to me. She was looking at me.
Because you
And
go
I want to,
around,
I can skate. And I was doing the rock and
but you go.
everybody was looking. Everybody was looking at me.
You was rock steady.
He was rocking on the 1 and the 3.
And
But-
I want to apologize to that woman because I noticed she wanted to couple skate with me, but my wife was there. She was sitting with my mom and they were watching me like a
I
hawk.
think that she probably was close to you because the rink goes around in a circle.
Is that it?
That's how you skate.
Apology recoiled.
That's how you skate.
I love it.
All right.
Well, of course, we have no fitness minute.
We miss you, Erica.
Yes, Erica.
But if we had, it would have been brought to you by Giovanna Boudreau, who's blogger and founder of Fit Thick Girls. Those of you who are looking for encouragement while getting fit and would like to purchase some really cool clothing while working out, please visit Giovanna at www.fitthickgirls.com. She's on all social media sites.
And I want to thank all of our sponsors for as this is our anniversary episode.
Thank you.
We so appreciate every little bit helps.
Yes.
You know, a podcast is not free. Even if it's just time is not free. It's the energy. So we appreciate that for the sponsors that have been with us so long.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We also want to thank everybody for helping us achieve almost 800 likes on our Facebook page and over 200 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So thank you, everybody, for sharing our posts with your family and friends. Also, please subscribe and review our show on iTunes. If you give us a 4.0 or 5.0 star review, we will announce your name during the show. Please don't forget to check out our sponsors once again. And you can also email us at fullcirclepodcastshow@gmail.com for questions, comments, or if you want new info on my new single,
That's what I'm saying. Talk about that.
Love Out of Nowhere, which you can also buy on Apple Music, Spotify, on Amazon, and anywhere you can hear good music. Shout out to John Cunningham, who did the score for the song. Thank you kindly. Love Out of Nowhere. There's also a challenge. If you make up a dance step for Love Out of Nowhere, we will name the dance step after you and your city, and that will be the official video for the song.
Oh, you know your boy can do that. All I got to do is mix up the Trans Syrup
Make
Express.
videos
They
and
still-
post them to your social media. #Loon, LOON, Love Out of Nowhere challenge. Okay?
That is awesome. That is
excited.
awesome. And you know, you doing things. I'm doing things. I got a new book coming out. I'm still working on the manuscript, and it's called How to Cheat and Not Get Caught.
That's no,
What?
Why do I doubt that?
I don't believe you.
You know, and I want to thank our guests, Lori and Cheryl. Thank you so much for sitting in on our anniversary show. Thank you so much for
Well,
your
happy
viewpoint.
anniversary. Thank you.
Glad
for
to be
including
here.
us.
Thanks for inviting me.
I'm wondering if we could take this to the Togo Suite.
You know what? No.
Is that a club?
You know what? No. Thank you once
Lancers?
again, everyone. Take a stand for something. You have an opinion. Use it.
Good night, everybody.
Crime. Let's get it together.
Education.
Let's get it together.
Marriage.
Let's get it together.
Politics.
Let's get it together, full circle.
Poverty.
Let's get it together.
Race.
Let's get it together. Full circle.